Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope that you're all in good health. Congratulations. We are halfway through the course now, and we are in week 7. YouTube. On week 7 of writing section, and I hope that this lesson is going to be beneficial for you. I will, as per normal, a bit of feedback, followed by today's lesson, and then the homework. So the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I did quite a lot on giving you different tools for writing, and this week I'm starting on paraphrasing, which is not something that I would choose, but also is recommended for TOEFL IBT. In terms of feedback, before I start on this week's lesson, I actually noticed that there was an improvement in your submission. Number of submission was it increased, and I hope that it will continue. For those of you who have missed the first couple of weeks, you still have time to make your submission, and I will do my best to provide you feedback. And you must be used to my feedback. I do use TOEFL IBT system of recording that gives you a score of what you should, what is your scores, giving you also pointing out to your weakness and your strength. If you're not happy with that, feel free to let me know, either here at the end of the session, or you're welcome to write in Telegram. You're also welcome to write me an email. So with your permission, I'll move on with the actual lesson. And here is on paraphrasing. Initially, I'm going to start with why paraphrasing is important in TOEFL IBT. Paraphrasing will help you to achieve high score, which is, I guess, that is your aim. You're doing this course only to be able to sit for the official assessment and get a high scores. That is going to be your guarantee to join universities, or if you're applying for visas for overseas. These assessments are part of applications or packages. It's not just for writing. Paraphrasing is important for reading. Paraphrasing is important for speaking, for listening, for writing, for every section. So is paraphrasing different from summarizing and quoting? When we read something, when we are summarizing that passage, or if we read somebody, an author or a journalist or a politician that says something, and we are discussing it, quoting, meaning say, Freba said this, Ahmed said this, Shabnam said this. So depending on what, that's what I mean by quoting. Let's just see what it says. So summarizing condenses a large text into a smaller version. So when you're summarizing, you're just condensing it, you're shortening. Moreover, you're quoting. You reproduce exactly the same word from a reading or a listening passage. You write it, but you just say that Freba said this. Well, originally I say this presentation is coming directly from TOEFL IBT. So you're going to say, Freba said that this presentation is coming directly from TOEFL IBT. There's no change. It's exactly, you just say quoting, and you have to use the quotation mark. So therefore, paraphrasing is different. It rewrites a sentence using different vocabulary and grammar in a roughly the same number of words. So if the sentence that you're paraphrasing is made up of 20 words, you will have to end up close to that 20 words, but you'll have to use different vocabulary. You're not allowed to use exactly the same. Some words you will have no choice, you have to keep it. Some words you'll have to change it. So let's look at a very basic example, a concept that you all know. I'm hoping that I'm not making a very big assumptions, but I think this is a very general knowledge. I've chosen something very general, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants convert sunlight into energy that they use as food. So this is the original sentence. Let's see how we're going to practice paraphrasing. Step number 1, break the sentence into a smaller grammatical units. I always refer to this part as if I love cooking. I say that, imagine yourself that you're in the kitchen and you need to cook. So what is the first thing that we do when we are cook? We chop our ingredient. So this is what you're doing. You're chopping the sentence into a smaller grammatical part. So it's not about, oh, I like this part and I like this part. No, when you're chopping, you have to do it in a correct manner. The example sentence can be broken into 3 grammatical parts. So when we say grammatical units, so into 3 grammatical parts, an independent clause, we talked about it, and 2 adjective clauses. So I am going to explain this in terms of the same example that I mentioned to you. So the independent clause is photosynthesis is the process, because this has got not to do with anything. It's independent. It's a process. Adjective clause. Plants convert sunlight into energy by this process. Adjective clause number 2. The plant uses energy as food. Number 2, to learn TOEFL paraphrasing in 4 steps, change the word order of the sentence. So you do your chopping, then TOEFL IBT says, just change the order of it. Now that you have separated the sentence into 3 smaller simple sentences, change the word order of the sentence. There is no exact way to do this, meaning there's no way to say that my way is correct and your way is wrong. Because at the end of the day, we are going to be putting that sentence in a different way or paraphrase a different way. That's rearranging the sentence in a way that it makes sense. And it makes the sentence look presentable. So look at the plant converts sunlight into energy by this process. The plant uses the energy as food. Photosynthesis is the process. So that is what has been chopped into 3 portions. Find synonyms of nouns, adjectives, adverbs, and verbs. So this is where we go back to that very first week when I shared with you list of, I think somebody's mic is on. I'd appreciate if you could turn your mic off, please. What I was saying, I've given you a list of vocabularies, and every week I keep on telling you is the best thing you can do is get that list of vocabulary and take out 5 new words that you don't know and try to memorize it, try to make sentences, try to identify, try to use it into day to day, and that's how you can improve your vocabulary. That will not only help you for writing, it will help you for speaking, it will help you for listening, it will help you with reading. So this is where we are talking when we are talking about synonymous of nouns, meaning that something that has similar meaning. You have broken the sentence into some smaller parts. Moreover, you change the word order, so you changed also, you put in different positions. Use synonymous of some of the nouns and adjectives, adverbs. Plants convert, so you could, rather than convert, you could say plant change. Sunlight into energy by this process. So the word process can be changed to procedure. The plant uses the energy as food. Photosynthesis is the process. So we say photosynthesis is the procedure. Number 4. Now rewrite it. Rewrite the sentence without looking at the original sentence, meaning don't put the original sentence in front of you and just rewrite it. This will also help you learn TOEFL paraphrasing in 4 steps. Lastly, combine the sentence that you have written without looking at the original. Compare the paraphrasing sentence with the original. So don't look, rewrite it, then compare it. So paraphrase sentence, there was 14 words. Plant, this is the first one that I'm reading is the one that we have changed. Plants change sunlight into energy to be used as food through a procedure called photosynthesis. Well, the original one was 16 words. Photosynthesis, the process by which plants convert sunlight into energy that they use as food. My final tips for the TOEFL IBT paraphrasing. Your paraphrase should contain about the same number of words as the original. If you can't do 16, so at least have it close to 14, 15. Make sure you do not change the meaning of the original sentence. Do not leave out any essential information. This is why it's important that first you do your chopping, then you look for word that is similar. And sorry, the number 2 was change the order, and the number 3 was find similar words. Number 4 was writing it and comparing it to the final. So you can learn paraphrasing in 4 steps even more through practice. Finally, you can compare what you wrote to the sample, paraphrase. That way, you make sure that you did not leave anything important out. Because if we rely on our memory, we don't see our mistakes. So as much as you think that you have confidence, for this week, I want you to do it the right way, my way, and see how you're going to be learning, or TOEFL way. There are some examples that I want you to practice in your homework. I think I'm going to give you 10 sentences. And if anyone wants to read them now, I'm happy to come back live and I'll get a few of you to read one or two sentences, and I think there's 2 slides, just to make the presentation a little bit different. Okay, so if you were writing in the chat box, I couldn't see. Now I am back on this side to see. Excuse me, the screen hasn't changed yet. And we are still on the, oh, I apologize. I don't know why that happened. I am sharing. So in a case like this, what you should do is you should not just rely on the chat box. You should raise your voice and get my attention. Okay, let's see. What page is this? This must be a technology issue. Never happened before. Let me just quickly show the presentation and see if this time you can see and or not. Just bear it with me. Please use your voice. So I'm back on the slide, the very first slide on paraphrasing. Could somebody use their word and tell me, yes, we can see it?
You mean the photosynthesis? That sentence?
The slide that I am looking, title is why paraphrasing is important in TOEFL IBT, and the photosynthesis sentence is highlighted in yellow. Can you see it?
Yes, and can I paraphrase it, please?
Just wait, please. Just wait. Can you see the second slide, which as number 1, break the sentence into smaller grammatical units?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know what was the problem before. So you can see it. You can see it. You can see it. You can see it. Okay, so you guys want to try this, which I'm going to give you as homework live. Is that what you want to do? I'm happy if that's what you want.
No,
Or
I
if you
thought
want,
you said that you want us to paraphrase the definition of photosynthesis. I don't know.
aha, okay, all right, that's okay. Why don't you have a go at paraphrasing? The photosynthesis is the process by which plant converts sunlight into energy that they use as food. Yes, I'm happy to give you a chance. Let's see if you can paraphrase it differently. Like the way I said, there's no such thing that it's not one way. Each one of us are interpreting a sentence differently. So go ahead, please. Paraphrase this sentence for us live.
Okay. Photosynthesis is a process in which plants change the sunlight to energy as food.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Anybody else wants to have a go? I give you the chance if you want to try. If you don't want to try, that's okay. No harm. So let me, okay, somebody else wants to try? Yes, please, Mr. Siddiqui.
In the name of Allah, photosynthesis is a.
I apologize, it was Miss Siddiqui. Go ahead.
Do you have my voice?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Salamun alaikum. Photosynthesis is a procedure by which plants alter sunlight into energy that they can have food.
Beautiful. Excellent. Wonderful job. So it looks like you have grasped what I wanted you to do. So if I come back to this slide, I am asking you to change. There are 12, there are 10 sentences. Each sentences, I want you to paraphrase it. Exactly the same method that I have asked you. So you have to do all the sentences on slide 9 and slide 10. So this is one part of the homework. The second part of the homework, so this is where you need to please listen. So please paraphrase all the sentences the way we have shown you for using the paraphrasing. So what I'm going to do is I am going to press the paraphrase on the sentences provided. I'm actually going to write down slide numbers. Slide 9 and 10. So there's no confusion using the technique that you're shown. Now, this is the first time I'm giving you a different style of homework. I am giving you a reading article. I want you to click on this link and I want you to read it, and then I want you to paraphrase the whole article, and it needs to be between 280 to 300. If it's a little bit below 280, I'll accept it. If it is above 300, I don't want it. It has to be between 280 to 300. And once you've done it, you send it to me by email. But for the first part, you need to show me for the 10 sentence, you need to show me step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 for sentence number 2, and so on. I just need to stop the recording, and then I will come up with asking questions. Just give me 1 minute, please.